What's up, Devils? J-Dog back for another goddamn fucking video for you. And here we go. We got some more goddamn questions that need a fucking answering. Brought it up on this has got 38 goddamn comments. So a pretty hefty amount. And that's on Mortician Worship Bands video posted a few days ago. So God knows when the fuck this will go up. So this is, let's go straight down. I'm looking for questions. God damn it. 38 comments. That'll be a hell of a lot to go through. That'll take me, fuck, if 2 minutes each, this will be a goddamn 70-minute video. So gonna search for some questions. I know out of 38, there's got to be some goddamn questions in here, right? Let's see here. Yeah, just comments, just people comment on bands that they like and stuff like that. Not really asking anything. From L Necron. Everything you're saying in this video is true. Keep making these goddamn videos. What is your opinion is the worst kind of posers? Juggalos, goth black metal, true Kult War metal. Frasier. What's Frasier? Am I missing something? J-Dog a dumbass? Hey, fuck, stupid ass, it's this. Frasier. I can't think what the fuck that is, but I know I know what all the others are. Whew, that might be question the fucking day. Let's see how long it takes to answer. This might be a goddamn one-off question. That's a goodie. Haven't got a question this good in a while. Whew. Juggalo. Oh, man, worst one. Maybe I might have to go with the goth black metal. And the only reason being is, again, I keep resorting to, those were the main people that came up to me in high school, like hey brother, you listen to my Dying Bride, like when they're busting out something like underground, I guess. But yeah, they're literally wearing, Marilyn Manson and 9 Inch Nails and Tool and all that other stuff that I literally can't stand. That's what they were into. And then a little later on, Slipknot and shit like that. They were the most annoying, but I mean, I guess the kind of thing I liked about it is the girls. I've always thought as long as it's a hot chick, you know what I mean, wearing the fishnets and the fucking black here. I like that. Hey, I'm all into fucking hot girls, so I dug that. So and there was something good out of it. But I guess they were because even like I kind of like it like when females they listen to stuff like Cradle of Filth, Dame Borger, stuff like that, because it seems like. I'm not saying this, and if any ladies watch, I'm not saying this offended. Just generally speaking, I get the vibe. A lot of the more like death metal shit like that. I'm sure there's some females out there that really do enjoy it thoroughly, but I get the vibe that most of them they only kind of like it because they're almost forced themselves to because their boyfriend likes it or whatever like that. As opposed to stuff that I generally think that they do enjoy is more like the heavy metal stuff, some of the black metal stuff, and a lot of the thrash and stuff like that. But when you're getting to bands like Mortician and Immolation. I can't see too many women liking that. Again, I'm sure there's exceptions I'm sure there's females that really love it, but I find it very, very rare. So it becomes suspect if they're a fucking poser or not. But when it's like, some hot sexy chick in the fucking, even if they like the new Cradle of Filth or later Cradle of Filth albums, I'm like, yeah, she's a chick. It's kind of cool. Like that's like heavier, more extreme stuff for for a female. So I kind of always actually liked it when fucking females like that kind of music. So it's got its pros in there. What were the other ones? So as far as annoying, it's funny. They're like the least annoying, but the most annoying. Now they're the least annoying because at least if there's chicks or whatever to show or I see them around, it's at least hot girls, so I can get something out of it. And the dudes, I mean, they don't. I haven't had a goth guy come up to me since I was a teenager, so I can really give a shit less about them. But I guess in my whole lifespan, they were the ones that annoyed me the most. As far as now, the most annoying, Juggalos are pretty fucking bad. But I'm actually gonna have to go with probably the True Kult War metal guy, and the reason being is it's very rare that I see a Juggalo now too. Just kind of like the Panini's douche. It's if I had to deal with these clowns very regularly, then I probably would hate them more. The reason the True Kult War metal guys are the worst for me is just because they're in the kind of like the everyday metal scene, and you just know, like, at least with the fucking goth black metal and shit, and hell, even kind of the Juggalos, if they're just listening to ICP and fucking whatever the hell else garbage they listen to. Again, I've kind of said that I don't really think that they're a fucking necessarily a poser. It's just you don't listen to the same shit I listen to. You're not into true metal. You're a poser claiming that you're into fucking real metal when you're just you just flat it out. I mean, ICP, what the fuck? That's just was rap. Like, how the fuck is that? Like, but they literally think that, or at least they used to when I was a teenager and shit. I haven't bumped into one of those clowns in fucking ages, so I who the fuck knows what they still think. But so them, they're kind of like almost like irrelevant idiots that was like they're not posers because they're not even in the same. They're not in my scene. They're not the same shit. They literally may as well just listen to fucking Snoop Dogg. Like it's to me it's the equivalent. Like you're literally more into the same shit as the guy listening to Snoop Dogg and Tupac than you are me listening to General Surgery. That's the way. That's my take on it. But the True Cult, True Cult, what is he called? True Cult War black metal guy, True Cult War metal guy. The reason they're annoying is because they are in the same scene and they do like some of the same bands, but they're almost like an intentional forced poser. At least the guy that likes ICP, he actually legitimately likes that. Like he's entertained by it, he listens to the car, he legitimately likes it. The war cult guy who's forcing himself only to listen to raw shit and just yeah has a supremacist fucking attitude. He's just trying to be like that. Like I guarantee he's probably in his early 20s because I can't imagine a grown ass 40-year-old man's fucking is giving a shit about the silly ass shit like that. It's a younger dude. It's like, dude, trust me, 20 years from now, you won't even be doing that. You're probably completely beyond the scene because you're kind of a fucking poser. Like, there's no way all you like is Conquer, Revenge, fucking Beast of Warlust, whatever the war meant, Morbassadad, and just all these war metal. It's like there's no way that's all you listen to. You don't listen to any classic metal bands. Deicide all shit, all Morbid Angels junk, all Cannibal Corpses junk, all Suffocation's fucking junk. I don't like any fucking thrash metal. I don't like any fucking grindcore. That's trendy fucking skater shit. Whatever else silly ass fucking shit. I don't like any melodic black metal. If it's got a keyboard in it, just I don't even fucking like it all. Merciful Fate, that's crap. That ain't raw. I mean, again, I don't even know if I've actually officially met anyone that's like that. It just seems like it's kind of an online persona that you're just rolling your eyes at and you're like, give me a fucking break, dude. So I would have to say probably the True Cult War metal guy is most fucking annoying. From Teddy Spaghetti Night Massacre. Thanks for the shout out. Any plans on re-releasing Mortician's early stuff? It's a bitch getting those early ones. Keep up the great videos and content. We were actually, our goal was to repress them all, and we got denied by kind of both Relapse and the band because they wanted to do it themselves. They caught on, especially I think it was especially the Relapse titles was no, I don't think it was the band. I think the band did want us to do it. Yeah, Roger, I think he wanted to do his own shirts because we had licensing for the shirts. When they sold out, he's like, hey, I want to just do it myself now because I think he has his own silkscreen business or I don't know, something like that. I know he has his own websites where he sells shirts and merchandise, so that made sense. But the Relapse is just kind of annoying again because it's like if they were true fucking fans and they were actual real vinyl collectors, you can see like it's my personal collection behind me. Like I don't just do this as a business. I'm an actual fan and collect it. If they were true like that, they would have put the vinyls out when those CDs came out back in the day. They were a big label back then. It's not like they didn't have to. If there were a bunch of kids in bedrooms that didn't have the capital to do it. It's because they're not into this shit. They're just corporate business owners. That's all it the fuck is. But now again, when we put them out, we had to do a licensing. So I think the licensing fee to Relapse because we didn't pay them cash. They wanted copies for their distro. I think we sent them 10%. I think that's what it was. So I think we did 1,000 copies on each Mortician album. So we sent them 100 copies. And I can tell you exactly what happened. We sent them the 100 copies. They got them in. They put them on their website, distro, whatever the hell it is. They sold out like that immediately. They're like, holy shit, people want these. And then they said, actually, they canceled all our license for everything because we did more Incantation, Mortal Throne, and Nazarene. We want to do the others. I mean, obviously, we did all the Deceased. We did Embalmer. There was blood everywhere. We've done a bunch of shit with Relapse. And it took them years to catch on. Now it's like, oh, yeah, guys, we're not going to do any more licenses. We're just going to do it ourselves. The reason they're doing it themselves is, like I said, they got the copies in. They saw how fucking fast it sold. Like, oh, guys like vinyl. Now we're going to do it. But if they were real fucking fans and they're actually truly into this shit and they're doing it for themselves as well as a business, because, yeah, we do as a business too. Yeah, I make a living off this, but was started for passion and still doing it for fucking passion. So there's a huge fucking difference. They're just doing it because, oh, people like it, so now let's do it. If you were truly a fan, you would have done it fucking in the 90s. When Hacked Up for Barbecue came out in, what was that, 96? That album? They would have done an LP in 96. There's a reason they fucking did it. So, would love to do them reissue because that was the plan. We were going to do different colors on all of them, but got shot down. So you have them go over there and thank those guys. From David Lane, any chance HHR will release Insanity on vinyl? No plans to. Nothing's ever got brought up to. So, but I guess you never know. But probably not. By the way, I actually just listened to what album is it? The album that's got the cover song, Deicide's what did they do? Children of the Underworld, I believe they did. Or maybe it was When Satan Rules This World. Maybe it was When Satan Rules This World. They covered. I just listened to that CD in the shop probably about 3 weeks ago or so. It's kind of funny you bringing that up. So I actually listened pretty recently too. Uh, Lee from Lee Laygrove. Shout out, brother. Well, actually, might be a fucking lady, female in the picture. Sorry if it's not, but it's a female in the fucking photo. Didn't think any ladies watch this channel. That's why I said it. If there's any ladies that watch this in the channel, fucking put in the goddamn fucking comments. I'm pretty sure it's a goddamn total sausage fest over here. I love underground death metal, but what I don't understand is why is cattle decapitation so popular? That they are. It's news to me. I didn't think that they were. For me, I never. Who was it that sent me cattle decapitation? He kept asking me about them too. What I thought of them. I thought it was okay. To me, it's like nothing I would buy as background stuff. I never got the impression that they're so popular. I could be wrong. Maybe, are they? I never got that vibe. I mean, Hell's has gotten stuff by cattle decapitation over the years. Just a copy here of this, a few copies. Let's make 3s of this, 4s of this. Nothing like blew out the door, like flew out like whoa. Because usually if a band like when we get stuff in, that's kind of how I could tell who's popular is how fast it sells. And if we get 50 of something, they all sell overnight. I'm like, okay, this is a popular band. People care about them. So, and I never got that vibe from Chaos Decapitation. So maybe I'm missing something. Maybe you know something I don't. Correct me if I'm. Let me know in the comments. Maybe I'm missing something. Uh, from Andy Zuleta, just saying kind of cool. Sick posters, dude. I went to go see Incantation last night with Niall. That sounds like a good time. Young. I'm young, so it was my first time seeing John McEntee. Oh, really? Yeah, John's a really cool guy. I met John for this first time. I told a story when he played guitar for helping out Immolation on the Failures for Gods tour. So I think that was 1999. Was the first time I met him, and then I met him several times throughout Incantation. We obviously work with Incantation now. We help them with their online store and shit. John, really cool guy. I'm not going to sit there and say we're best of friends or anything, but definitely we're kind of friends. I like him. I definitely, if I go talk to him every show that they play or whatever. He's been down in the warehouse, and I bought my original the Cannibal Corpse demo shirt. Um, we have a replica on a site we've gotten in stock a couple times. It's called Skull Full of Magnets. It was a shirt they were selling during their demo era. I had an original copy of that, and I bought it off John on eBay long ago. He was selling his on eBay, and just a used copy. I bought it probably by I think I was 16, so probably 2001. And it was funny. And then I saw him again in the show, and I purposely wore it. He's laughing, hey! And he's like, yeah. So yeah, it's the one I bought off. He's like, oh, that's awesome, man. And I think it was at we went to a Detroit show. I think it was them, Funerus, and forget who else played it. But I've seen Incantation's one of the death metal bands I've probably seen more than almost anybody. I'm trying to think who else I seen. Yeah, they're up there. I've probably seen them. Them, Regurgitation used to play a lot. I mean, there's a bunch of bands I've seen it several times, but Incantation I've seen a shitload of fucking times. Uh, from Layla Lover 90, comments on every goddamn thing. Question. It's what I like. Questions, goddammit. Have you checked out the Exhumed Worming 7-inch? Oh, I'm assuming that's the brand new 7-inch. I heard about it. No, I have not, but I will definitely 100% buy it. I hope there's an exclusive cover. Somebody told me about, hey, Exhumed's got a new 7-inch, and I went to go check it that day, and it totally slipped my mind. But you know what? After this, maybe whatever, I'll search it. I will definitely buy it though. I have unless I'm slipped by something, I have every single Exhumed 7-inch. Actually, I think I own every single Exhumed vinyl. Definitely every album on vinyl. I own the split 10-inch with the boarded, and I want to say every single 7-inch. I have maybe one day I'll show my Exhumed 7-inches. As a matter of fact, too, a little fun fact about Exhumed 7-inch: the very first 7-inch I ever got was an Exhumed 7-inch, and what is it? The covers in my mind. It's the black and white cover with like that dead body. What is it? The cadaverous. It's escaping my fucking mind. I can't remember if it's a split or not. Long story short, Cole Jones gave me, Eric, and Chase a free copy at the second or third time we met him. Remember, I showed you actually something. So go watch fucking previous goddamn videos if you haven't seen it. I showed some live photos that me, Eric, and Chase took at an Exhumed show. Long story short, we printed out some extras and we gave them to Matt and Cole, and they were so blown away and thankful that Cole went out to the fucking his van, grabbed a few 7 inches, and gave us one. So I was like, oh shit! I was like, I've been meaning to get into fucking buying 7 inches. And I think that was right around the time I bought the Dying Fetus LP. I showed first LP and the Exhumed Gore Metal Picture Disc. Didn't even have a record player yet. I just knew I was going to get a record player, but I was getting them because you always knew they were limited. And I was like, I want to get them before they sell out and shit like that. So collect them as well. I was like, meanwhile, just listen to CDs. But I'm talking about I'm 14, 15 years old at this time. I think I was 15 when I bought the record player. So, I'm trying to get them and save up for a record player at the same time, but at least get the record so I at least have them. And so I didn't have any 7 inches this time, and that was my first 7 inch ever. It was an Exhumed 7 inch, and all the rest I went out and bought. So like I think I have I might be missing one or so, but for a while I was on everything. I think I have every single Hemorrhage 7 inch too, including the Christ fucking what is the Christ Denied split 7 inch, double 7 inch. I even have that because I know that's fucking a rare one to get, hard one to get. From Gorehound on the discussion of worship bands, what do you think of carcass worship bands such as Pathologist, Lymphatic Phlegm, and Pharmacist? Go out watch some of my past fucking videos, braba. Pharmacist, especially the Medical Renditions album, was my favorite album of 2020. I personally strongly enjoy Carcass Worship as I've only ever been a fan of Carcass Gore Grind era and would have loved them to keep going in that direction. Oh yeah, I love tons of Carcass Worship bands. I mean, Hemorrhage. Look at this, General Surgery. This is probably the primo. This is probably the best Carcass Worship album ever. Carcass Necrology. I like pretty much everything by General Surgery, but this is by far their best fucking release. What I really want to see come out by this too, and again, Relapse Records. If there's some real fans over there, they'd be doing this. 12-inch picture disc of just this. General Surgery Necrology, 12-inch pictures. Why doesn't it exist? Them I love. Hemorrhage I love. Hemorrhage is one of my all-time favorite bands. That's Carcass Worship. The County Medical Examiners. That was a good band. That was almost a little bit too much fucking of a Carcass ripoff. Especially the early days, Exhumed, Gore Metal, Impaled, The Dead Shall Dead Remain. I see the Carcass influencer. I never considered that Carcass worship. I think those bands don't sound that much like Carcass. I do hear the points, the different vocals, just the highs, the lows, especially on Gore Metal. There was kind of like those undertone gurgle vocals, and they were naming their guitar solos. Shit. They had a lot of references to Carcass, but I guess if you want to throw those in as Carcass worship, I personally didn't consider those Carcass worship bands, but if you want to throw them in, loved Impaled and Exhumed. What are those looking around? Carcass worship, Carcass worship. I know I'm forgetting somebody I love. Oh, Gruesome Stuff Relish. That's more of like a Hemorrhage worship. They literally from Spain. They sound just like fucking Hemorrhage, but so like Carcass. And I know I'm forgetting somebody. Well, yeah, no, I actually like a lot of Carcass worship bands. Uh, from Balarex. Would Hells ever reissue stuff to make it right, like the first Carcass album in its full glory? Not they wimp earache issues. Funny you say that. Yeah, would love to. I contacted Earache Records 15 years ago or so, asked them to do Carcass Reconfiguration on Picture Disc, and I think a couple, but minimally to start with that. And I think I either got no reply or they just declined. Yet they literally yet to do it to this day. There's only one Carcass Reconfiguration Picture Disc. Showed it on my top favorite albums, and it's a bootleg, 250 copies, and I'm glad to fucking own it. But the lamos at fucking Earache, again, the reason they're not doing this or they're doing like proper issues, because I'm telling you, this shit is not ran by actual fans. It's a bunch of corporate guys fucking laying on the goddamn beach, doing whatever the fuck, just living a corporate lifestyle and fucking just listen to God knows what. Probably the fucking radio. Rover's Morning Glory. Which is a fucking douche canoe fucking radio channel here in fucking Cleveland. Just stupid shit like that. It's what they're listening to. I'm fucking telling you, they're not listening to this goddamn shit. 100% no way they are. No doubt in my mind. Yeah, where's the goddamn fucking question? From Andrew Mitchell. Any other punk bands you like? As opposed to who? Like Misfits, Dead Kennedys, like I was saying? I mean, who did I mention in the video? There's a video I talk about a lot of punk bands and shit that I like. negative approach to my favorite hardcore band. But I mean, my favorite is definitely Misfits. But yeah, I like a handful of others. A lot of it's Misfits worship. I like the first and the fifth album by Dead Kennedys a lot. From Haunted Hotel Records, commenting again. Misfits ticks were $300 minimum. Fuck that shit. Faith Extractors overlooked. Agree on that both. So I guess I wasn't that off. Like I said, I heard the Misfits tickets to the Jersey show. The tickets were like $1,200. He's saying 300 minimum, so it sounds like maybe they were from $300 up to 1,200, maybe 1,200. Sounds like 300 for shitty seats, $1,200 for good seats, and I kind of agree because if I was go, it'd be me and my wife. So let's say I got the shittiest seats in the house, $300. I'm literally spending $600. You know, there's probably parking. That's $20. You know, you're gonna be drinking beers there, and so I'm drinking beers. My wife's drinking beers. You know, those are probably $10 a pop. I mean, Jesus fuck Christ, it's $1,000 fucking night. Pretty fucking steep for one show. And I agree on Faith Extractor, totally overlooked. From Max Musterman. Other mortician worship bands I recommend are Carnivorous Vagina and Gangrena from Mexico. If anyone is addicted to mortician too and needs that info, I've heard of Carnivorous Vagina. I want to say something came in through Cardiac Arrest replied to. He said yes, Carnivorous Vagina to a T. Yeah, I've heard the name. I mean, I gotta go check them out. Never heard them. I want to say I just know the name. Maybe I've seen it coming through Hells, and I probably like looked at it and saw like this is probably like just probably wouldn't be something I'm gonna do, but I'm intrigued now. Suppo Def replied to that too, to the same comments. Also incinerated for people who want a more grindy mortician, and Tenebro from Italy own the EP on cassette. Total Mortician Worship. Don't know those. I don't know those other two at all. Incinerated. I mean, there's probably like multiple bands. Did Incinerated do that? Are you talking about Incinerated did a split 10-inch with the band Incision, which I believe I own? Is that Incinerated? Because I'm sure there's multiple Incinerateds. Was that the split 10-inch Incision with that sounds familiar. It's been a long time since I looked at that. Um, if not, I don't know which Incinerated you're talking about, but just that name alone was probably Metal Archives. There's probably 10 bands that come up from, and he didn't say which one or from where they were. He just said the Tenebros from Italy. So yeah, no, didn't know the Tenebro. I definitely don't know what that is. Never heard of them. So yeah, got to keep it in mind. So that covers all the kind of questions, anyways, on the fucking Morticia Worship Bands video. And keep the goddamn comments coming, guys. And you'll give you the fucking shout out and answer your goddamn questions on answer this fucking video that you're watching right now. So leave them in there, goddammit, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.